Friends, I, Captain Vivek Jain, welcome you all to my 20th episode. In our earlier discussions, we have learned the complete fundamental analysis of a company, study of various parameters, and also learned few formula-based guidelines for reckoning the intrinsic value of its equity share. Intrinsic value provides an excellent benchmark and is a practical tool enabling in the equity shares of any company. Friends, today I have chosen to apprise you with the importance and understanding of stock market indices, their formation, history, and perception to gauge the status of the market at any point of time. I have selected three indices for your knowledge: Dow Jones Index of New York Stock Exchange, USA, Sensex of Bombay Stock Exchange, and Nifty 50 of National Stock Exchange of India. Friend, index means out of the total basket of shares that is listed on a stock exchange, they select a number of shares as per the criteria which are having maximum liquidity, good quality, represent various industries, and reflects the status of the entire stock market. Friends, we will first take the Dow Jones Index of New York Stock Exchange in United States of America. Dow Jones Industrial Average, Dow Jones, or simply called the Dow, is a stock market index that measures the stock performance of 30 large companies listed on stock exchanges in the United States. These 30 stocks, which make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, are shown over here. These 30 stocks are from various industries and they reflect the status of the entire stock market, which has been seen over the past century or so to be very valid. I have shown here since 1896, when the Dow Jones Industrial Average was prepared and introduced as 30 benchmark, and way back in 1885 they have shown calculatively the value to be 39. After 1896, in 1900, at the turn of the century, it was 51.62. Thereafter, I've shown the values every 10 years as it is rising gradually, which you can see on your screen. Between 1930 to 1940, it took a dip because of the huge bear market which prevailed in this decade. Thereafter, it again started rising, 1950, 60, 70, 1980. Between 1980 and 1990, it rose by more than 2.5 times. And between 1990 and 2000, it rose by nearly 4 times. Till at 2019, the level was 28,538. And the market capitalization, that means the capitalization of all the shares of Dow Jones, worked out to $8.33 trillion. In 2020, November, as we speak today, Dow Jones index climbed up to 29,700, and it is nearly at the same level presently. We now come to BSE Sensex, which is known as Bombay Stock Exchange Sensitive Index, or simply it is popularly known as the Sensex. It's a free float market weighted stock market index of also 30 well-established and financially sound companies which are listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange. The 30 constituent companies are some of the largest and most actively traded stocks, and they represent various industrial sectors of the Indian economy. It was published on 1st of January 1986. The benchmark of the index was taken as on 1st April 1979 to be 100, which is also the base year. First of all, I will show you the 30 constituents of BSE Sensex, as you can see over here, from various industries: Asian Paints, Axis Bank, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, Bharti Airtel, HCL Technologies, SDFC, SDFC Bank, Hindustan Unilever, ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, Infosys, ITC, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Larsen and Toubro, Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, Nestle India, NTPC, ONGC, Power Grid Corporation of India, Reliance Industries, State Bank of India, Sun Pharma, Tata Steel, TCS, Tech Mahindra, Titan Company, and Ultratech Cement. With the benchmark of 100 in 1979, the Sensex worked out to 524 in 1986 on 31st of March. Thereafter, I have shown the values every year as it is on your screen appearing. You can see that. Between 1995, 1992, 93, 94, 95, it was more or less accumulating and steadied itself between 3,003 to 3,900. Thereafter, again, it started rising. In 1999, it was at a sizable 5,000. Between 2005 and 2007, when there was a huge bull market, the Sensex went up to 20,287. Thereafter, as we are all aware, due to the layman's crisis, globally, all the indices and index of the various stock markets fell quite sharply. In 2008, it was Sensex at 9,647. Thereafter, again, very handsomely, in vengeance, it started rising. In a year's time, it became 17,500 and then 20,000 again. As you can see here, in 2019, it was at 41,254, and as in November 2020, it was at nearly 44,000. The market capitalization in November 2020 of all the stocks listed in Bombay Stock Exchange amounted to 170 lakh crore in Indian rupees, which is equivalent to 2.3 trillion US dollars, nearly less than 1/3 of $8.33 trillion capitalization of New York Stock Exchange. We take Nifty now. Nifty has chosen 50 stocks to be the benchmark of their index, 50 of the largest Indian companies which are listed on the National Stock Exchange. This index and Bombay Stock Exchange Sensex are the two main stock indices used in India. As in India, many other regional stock exchanges which used to appear and prevail earlier, like in Kolkata, Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Delhi, Chennai, all of them gradually shut down because they were not necessary. Nifty 50 was launched on 22nd of April 1996. The base period was taken as 3rd November 1995. The base was 1000. First, I'll show you the list of 50 companies of Nifty 50 index. I'm just reading them. Adani Ports, Asian Paints, Axis Bank, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Finserv, Bharti Airtel, Bharti Petroleum, Britannia Industries, Cipla, Coal India, Divi's Laboratories, Dr. Reddy Laboratories, Eicher Motors, Gas Authority of India Limited, known as GAIL, Grasim Industries, HCL Technologies, SDFC, SDFC Bank, SDFC Life, Hero Motocorp, Hindalco, Hindustan Unilever, ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, Infosys, IOC, ITC, JSW Steel, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Larsen and Toubro, Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti Suzuki, Nestle India, NTPC, ONGC, Power Grid Corporation of India, Reliance Industries, State Bank of India, SBI Life Insurance Company, Shri Siemens, Sun Pharmaceutical, Tata Motors, Tata Steel, TCS, Tech Mahindra, Titan Company, Ultratech Cement, United Phosphorus, and Wipro. You must have observed and noticed that most of the 30 stocks of BSE Sensex are more or less included in this Nifty. Apart from that, they have chosen 20 more stocks. If you see from reverse, 5th May 1997, Nifty was at 1046. Thereby, it rose gradually. As you can, I'm going upwards. Every 1 year annually, I've given the closing of Nifty, Nifty 50. 2009, that was end of 2008, beginning of 2009. Again, due to the bear market and due to the layman's crisis, Nifty fell quite sharply and closed at 3021. Thereafter, again, with a vengeance, it rose. Within a year's time, it became 5200 on 31st March 2010. Thereafter, again, it is rising gradually, crossed 10,000 in 2018, and in November 2020, it was at 12,874. And as I speak with you today, Nifty has crossed 13,000. Market capitalization of Nifty 50 as on 30th November 2019 is 151 lakh crore in Indian rupees and 2.14 trillion US dollars equivalent. This is the chart which I'm showing you, which shows the yields in percentage per annum compounded for Dow Jones, Sensex, and Nifty 50. You can very well see Dow Jones ranges from 5 to 6.75%, Sensex from 15.5 to 11, and Nifty from 13 to 11.5, more or less similar to Sensex. It is the experts who have taken a projection based on the past results and also on the future with the industries which are becoming dear to the investors, with the interest rates of the banks also taken into account. It is expected that in the next 20 years, Dow Jones probably will give an appreciation of 6%, whereas Nifty 50 and BSE Sensex may give 10%. These are taken very conservatively. Probably this kind of a figure will definitely be achieved more or less. And in fact, it may be more than this. And again, it will depend upon the selection of every individual, where if one can beat this particular benchmark of Sensex and Nifty 50, it will be that much more advantageous to an investor. Friends, after this presentation, please do visit available websites which depict quite regularly the graphic representation of the technical charts of all indices discussed. These charts show a vivid perspective of the respective market movements and is useful in making an entry or exit. This is actually known as the technical analysis of the market and is a complete subject in itself. We shall, however, discuss it briefly in our later episodes. Till then, let me remind you to ensure subscribe to this channel in case you have not done so as yet, and that will provide you with all earlier and future episodes easily on your screen. Do post your comments and queries, if any, to which I shall indeed reply. I would also like to request you to submit your suggestions for various topics of your interest which you would wish to be discussed here. Friends, see you again soon. Have a nice day and happy investing.